The Lincolnton man accused of hitting 6 migrants with his car and driving away just wrapped up his first court appearance. That alleged driver, Daniel Gonzalez, turned himself in yesterday. Gonzalez remains in custody and has hired his own lawyer. He has been charged with felony hit and run. Now, we've got surveillance from the scene, and you can see right here, take a close look, a black SUV driving into the Walmart parking lot. It turns into a space, but then drives over the curbing there, hitting 6 people. According to police, Gonzalez came to the police station with several family members. They say Gonzalez told them this was an accident. His family members went on to say he panicked and left the scene. As for those 6 victims, they were treated and released from the hospital yesterday. Now, if convicted, Gonzalez could spend up to 3 years in jail. He is due back in court later this month.